Where was your party last? So,
and then
maybe the last couple of hours or something.
Well, and then we get into a fight with two people.
Right, fight.
And then,
right.
And then we accidentally kill them, and then we drive their body to the church.
Yeah, that wasn't an accident though.
Oh, okay, fine. It wasn't an accident.
Yeah,
but
it didn't seem like.
Anyway, they attack us first. Of course, we have to defend. What else?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's true.
Right?
The whole dragging to the church
then,
was no accident.
Yeah, the priest over there was telling us like we can build them, bury them in a couple hours later, and then otherwise bad thing will happen. So yeah, we probably will take care of that today, and then that pretty much that's it. We're wandering around. Oh, and we met the peppermint girl, the woman, Sally.
Peppermint girl? Oh, Sally Green Teeth.
Green Teeth, yeah.
Yeah, well, you met her last night, right?
Right.
At this same inn at the Blood on the Vine.
Right.
Right.
And originally we tried to meet with Ismark because
Ismark, yeah.
Yeah, we were thinking like maybe we can save her fiance or girlfriend, Marina. And then yeah, that's about it.
Okay, yeah, you dragged the bodies up to the church, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're up there, so.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
All right, so now you've met up with Ismark. It's about noon, I believe. You've met up with Ismark.
Yeah.
At the Blood on the Vine, is it?
Yeah.
Blood on the Vine?
Yeah.
And so, you open the doors to the Blood on the Vine Inn, and Ismark is sitting there at a table.
Oh, okay.
In the middle of the room.
Hi, Ismark.
Oh, hello. I'm glad to see you made it.
Yeah.
He said, what was this? I heard there was some sort of troubles earlier.
Oh yeah, we got attacked. We're trying to go to across the street, a store, to get some, maybe just shopping for something, and then we got into a fight with these two guys.
Oh, you went to Bildrath's.
Yeah, Bildrath.
Yeah, Bildrath's. I heard they had a problem with the front door earlier, and then
right, and then the two guys tried to block us the entry. Don't want to let us in, and then we end up have a fight. And then, yeah, it's
with,
a little
with
bit...
Bildrath's employees, or
I don't know who they are, honestly. Just two guys.
Oh, all right. So you had a fight with two guys.
Yeah.
Right.
And
yeah,
then,
I heard about it. So I heard about that. Well, I understand. You know, there is crime here in Barovia, but what I don't understand is this thing about these bodies being dragged up to the church. What's up with that?
Well, you know, well, because this is a fight, and then to be honest with you, I was telling priest that it's some sort of traditional and to hang people on a tree, but the thing
is that true?
Well, I think I just want to put as an example, don't fuck with us, don't mess up with us, and then otherwise, you know, you get killed.
He rubs his chin while you're explaining this. He looks a little concerned. Okay, please proceed. But how? So your plan was to string the bandits up in at the church.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I know you've only been in Barovia a short time. Our ways and our people may seem strange to you, but I assure you we're not barbarians, and we don't partake in the open desecration of the dead, be they criminal or not, certainly not on hallowed ground.
Well, then I don't understand what they attacked us for.
Well, they might have been. We don't know what the story was. I mean, we'll never know. But I'm assuming, you know, as I said, we do have crime here in Barovia. I'm not saying we're free of crime, but I don't think you'll find a lot of support if you begin desecrating bodies at the church.
Well, anyway, let's go back to the business. Like yesterday you was mentioned about arena. What's up with that?
Right. Okay. Well, yes. Moving on. So, I mean, I do have to say I'm a little concerned about these bandits, though. What was the final resolution of that matter? How did you leave that matter? Where are the bodies?
It's in church.
They're at the church? So you met Donovich?
Yes, I did.
I see. And he I think you said you were going to bury them later.
Well, he said we can go back and bury them later.
I think that might be a wise thing to do. Well, he says it seems, perhaps, I'm not sure if this is your usual behavior, but perhaps the evil nature of Barovia and the curse of that Strahd has placed on this place, perhaps it's beginning to affect your party. You might want to keep a watch on that. No one here is free of Strahd's evil, and as much as I can tolerate it for myself. I can tolerate it for the rest of the town. But Irina, the daughter of the Burgomeister, she, for some reason, she's a soft spot in my heart, and I find I'm moved at all hours in my waking and sleeping hours. I find I'm moved by a desire to protect her from Strahd. She's not really the Burgomeister's daughter. She was adopted by him when she was young. He found her in the forest, and ever since she's been sort of the darling of the village. We've all tried to take care of her. Myself in particular, I feel quite a kinship to her. Unfortunately, about 4 days ago, the Burgomeister died. And ever since, the evil forces that have been threatening the town have focused their attentions on Irina. With her defenseless and alone, I fear that Strahd and his agents will soon take control of her. And then 2 nights ago, my worst fears became reality. When she confided in me that she had been attacked and bitten twice by wild animals.
Okay.
But she doesn't remember the attacks. She remembers red eyes and snarling fangs. And she's been bitten twice on both sides of her neck. I'm not sure if it's true, but lore and local legends about vampires suggest that if she's bitten a 3rd time, I don't know if these things are true. I've never put much faith in superstition, but what if it is true? And if she is bitten a 3rd time, if these bites are from Strahd or his agents and she's bitten a 3rd time, it may be the end for her. She's the last good thing left in Barovia.
Where is she right now?
Help us,
Where is she
adventurers.
right
Help
now?
us, heroes. Irina. She's been locked away in the Burgomeister's mansion in her home. It's on the south end of town, ever since the Burgomeister died. And I haven't been able to get in. Every time that I approach the house, I'm attacked by dogs or wolves. There always seems to be something keeping me from getting to the house, and I know whatever evil is surrounding her, I fear I can't face it alone.
But guess what? We have our... Actually, I'm not trying to stay here too long. I'm not sure how much I can help you, but my plan was I probably will go to church, bury those 2 guys, and then maybe I can leave you some weapon or something. And then if we met again, I might help you. But we do have some agenda. We have to keep moving. Let's see. Well, you said, where is she? Where is she right now? It's
Irina?
Yeah.
She's at the moment, she says, in the safest place we could think of for her. She's in the Burgomeister's house, in her house.
Okay. Can we took her to somewhere? Will you guys join us?
Yes, please take her away from here, as far away as you can.
Okay. How about this? How about, since I walk into this town, I have those kind of very strange feeling. I feel this is a ghost town, but I'm not sure because so far I haven't seen any ghosts. But I did see some of the colorful people.
He holds his hand up while you're saying, and he says, "Shh, shh," and he looks around, and he sees that in the corner there's a crow, and it's hopping around in the corner of the room, like this. Roll for perception. How's your perception? You don't even have your character sheet. Oh, it's on there on the screen actually.
Yeah. The perception? Well,
That's funny. I'm more together than you.
perception, +1.
Okay, so roll that. Roll your d20 and add a +1. Yeah, please move your coffee.
20.
Don't spill it on your player's handbook. Oh well, epic success.
Right.
You look at it. You look at the crow, and you
Yeah.
immediately sense that something's wrong with it, and you know that this is the reason that Ismark held up his hand.
Right.
Zeeling also is attentive and looking at the crow, and you can notice that even though it looks like a crow, that the eyes are kind of too big, and head's a little bigger than it should be, and it walks strangely for a crow, right? And just then it turns its head and it sees that it has your attention. It flaps its wings and finds a small hole in the upper half of the room and flies out of the hole like that.
Okay. I'm going to.
And Ismark says, "Spies of Strahd.
Oh my god. Okay, I have a.
His eyes and ears are everywhere in town. We must take the greatest caution."
Okay. You know what? I'm going to attack. I'm going to use the ball to shoot him.
The bird is flown out. You want to run up to the hole? Maybe you
Yes.
can see it.
Okay.
Or run up to the front door. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Run up to as close to you can get to the hole or to the
Okay.
front door.
Okay. To the front door.
To the front door. You run out to the front door and you burst out the door, right?
Yeah.
In the air, you do see that very bird flying away, right? Also, as soon as you burst out the door, you see a crowd of villagers there. Some of them have like shovels and pitchforks and torches, and a couple of them are look really angry, and they're like butt wrestling with each other and stuff. There's about maybe 40 of them. And as you burst out of the door and you see the bird flying away up in the air, one of them points at you and says, "That's her. That's the one. They're the monsters that desecrated the bodies up at the church."
I'm gonna use
Dun dun dun. One moment. So we have to find out who gets to go first, you or the crowd.
Okay.
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 So roll for initiative. The crowd rolls. They get a 7. You roll a d20. You get a 3? Roll better next time. The crowd rushes up to you and grabs you before you have a chance to pull out your bow and shoot at the crow. And while 2 really huge villagers have grabbed you on the left and the left and right side, they've grabbed you on both sides. And do you want to try and resist them?
Oh no, I'm gonna use a sleep spell.
No, they've grabbed your arms. You can resist them if you want.
Okay, fine.
You're watching the bird fly away while you do this. Okay, well, we're going to have grapple test then. It's 2 commoners with a strength of 12 and a modifier +1. 15 + 1 is 16. You roll for your athletics. So it's on your character sheet. Keep that thing open. You need it. Oh my God, you slowed me down.
Number 4.
I said
Plus
athletics.
4.
+4? Why are you not rolling your d20? I'm going to take away your snack if you can't keep up with your dice rolls.
10.
10 + 4, 14? You're actually, so you what do they tell you? No more food around the player's handbook.
Okay.
All right. You managed to wrestle wiggle free of the 2 guys who tried to grab you. You want to grab your bow?
Yeah.
Or what are you going to do?
I'm going to do a spell, the sleeping spell. I'm
You're
going to
gonna
make this 40 people fall
Hold on.
asleep.
Should I tell you how the sleep spell works?
Once a day.
Yeah, but basically you roll some dice and that's the total amount of people you can put to sleep.
I see.
Yeah, let's see. These are regular common villagers. They have 10 HP each. There's 40 of them. That's a total of 400 hit points you need to put to sleep.
Okay, fine.
I'm just saying, go for it. Can you roll 400? What's your sleep? How do you do a sleep? Back to the player's handbook. Oh my God, I'm doing all the work.
You're DM.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to do your work. You're supposed to know how your spells work. The sleep spell. right here, page 276, Player's Handbook. You roll 5d8.
5d8.
You roll 5 of these 5 times.
Okay.
Yeah. You understand a 5d8? Do the math. That's a maximum, what, 45 hit points.
So I probably cannot kill them all and put them all asleep.
I mean, it's 40 hit points. You can put 40 hit points worth of people to sleep. I can predict that you'll put about 4 of them to sleep. You're going to have 36 angry villagers.
Okay, maybe that's not a good idea.
No, maybe it is. This is part of your training. I'm trying to.
Okay, fine. I'm going to put them asleep anyway. Maybe they will get scared and they will all run away.
Maybe they will.
5.
5.
7.
7.
7. 3. 1.
$23?
Yeah.
23 hit points worth of villagers you put to sleep. The 2 guys on the left and the right of you, you raise your hands and you go, "You're getting very sleepy." Actually, you should do that. And
you
the 2
are
guys
getting really sleepy.
Right, and the two guys to the left and the right of you that tried to grab you, they just like look like they suddenly ran out of energy and they collapse and a little snoring right where they are. They just sit down right where they are and start snoring on the porch of the thing. Another guy, the guy who's right in front of you, the one, actually, I'm sorry, a woman. She's a boyish-looking woman. The one who pointed to you and said, "That's her." She gets a little groggy and looks like she's like kind of half asleep. And yeah, and that's it. 37 other villagers are still standing there, but you still have a bonus action since we are now in initiative.
Yeah.
Apparently, so you have a bonus action. You can't shoot because you already used your action to cast a spell.
So bonus action, I can hide.
Not with 36 people watching.
Okay,
you.
fine. What else can I do? The bonus action.
You can try. It's just I'm saying 36 times they're going to have a chance, and somebody's going to see you.
Bonus action.
You can dash.
I'm gonna persuade them.
You can't do that. That's an action. Sorry, but you can dash.
Dash? Okay, I can dash.
Remember, you can run or something like that.
Yeah.
So you could double your distance. You haven't moved, so you could move.
Okay.
Where do you want to move?
I'm going to run.
You're standing in front of the doors.
I'm going to run. I'm going to run to church.
Run where?
To church.
This is beautiful. Okay, so you should pick up your character.
Okay.
Here's the church over here.
But here.
Fine, I'll move it. So you're where are you running? Am I going
To
the right
church.
direction?
Yeah. It's
All right. Well,
here.
30 feet away is only out to the street.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Well, dash. You get 60 feet.
Okay.
So I forgot double your distance. Okay. So that's where you are.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the rest of your party is still in the inn. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay. They don't know what's going on. The doors are closed. I think it's at least one more turn before they come out of there. So now it's you versus 36 villagers.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. I gotta handle this like a swarm. All right. Two of them are asleep. Another one is like not prepared to follow. A bunch more of them follow.
Yeah.
So 36 villagers now, and 36 angry villagers following you.
Okay.
I don't have that many. I don't have that many figures.
Okay.
36 angry villagers. 2 of them in the front are going to attack you. Actually, one of them lunges at you while you're running away and tries to grab you around the ankle, like tries to like scratch your ankles or something.
Yeah.
They roll a 14 and they get a +0 because it's a fucking commoner, so they get a 14 in your 13 AC.
Yeah.
What's your AC?
My AC is
Where's your numbers?
because the number you keep closing. That's why 13.
Your AC's 13?
Yes.
Ah, and he hit you. It's a regular bludgeoning attack, so it's 1d4. I think damage. He hits for the max. That's an 8. Sorry. 1d4 bludgeoning damage. He hits for 2 points and 2 points, 2 hit points of damage. The other one tries to punch you in the back, but they miss.
Okay.
And I think 2 will be enough for now. Now it's your turn.
Okay.
No action yet from the tavern.
What do you mean, no action?
No one's coming out yet from the tavern.
Okay. And then
One turn they don't know what the hell's going on.
continue to run. Continue to run.
You're running to the church?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say you get another like halfway. So I'm going to call you halfway to the church.
Yeah.
So it'll take you like 2 more turns to get to the church. Okay. And you still have an action. That was your move. You still have an action.
Action is put. I cannot have a spell. So I'm
No, you can have a spell. This is your turn. You have an action. A spell is an action.
Once a day.
Yeah, you already put 2 people to sleep.
Okay,
That was a neat trick.
I'm going to do.
That bird is completely gone, by the way. You can't see it.
Okay, I'm going to do the laughing spell.
You turn around and
yeah.
How many people does that work on?
Well, we still have a 30.
Now, how many people does it work on?
I don't know.
Does Tasha's hideous laughter? How many people does it work on? Know your own spells. Oh my God, I'm going to fire you as a player. Trust me, the internet will agree with me. You need to know your own spells. I can't know every player's spells and every character's spells. Tasha's hideous laughter. A creature of your choice. A creature. One creature.
Okay.
One creature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One creature?
You turn around. Yes.
What mean one creature?
Yes, you turn around and cast Tasha's hideous laughter on who? It doesn't matter. Pick one. There's 36 of them.
Why only one
That's
creature?
the book. Know your spells, lady. That's the book. That's what it says. It's one creature. A creature. One creature.
Okay.
You turn around and cast Tasha's hideous laughter on the first. On the first.
The one with no hair.
On the first guy. You can find with no hair. How come you're not rolling a dice?
Okay.
Roll your d20.
19.
Not if it falls off. Fine, I'll take it. Next
Yeah.
time it has to land somewhere. It can't fall off. That's the rules. And what do they do? It's save versus your.
5d8.
I have to find it. Time out for the game. Rules check. Tasha's hideous laughter. How does it work? The player does not know. I have to look it up. Players should know their own spells. There's only like 300 of them, so I can't know every one of them. Let's see. It's concentration 1 minute. You have all the ingredients. Blah blah blah. Or you don't roll. Never mind. You don't roll at all. They must roll a Wisdom saving throw versus your spell DC, which is on your character sheet. I don't know why you even close it.
I did close it. It just it was saved by
Okay,
itself.
so your spell DC is 12. He has to roll better than a 12. He rolls a 13.
Oh man.
Yes. You point at him and what do you say to him when you cast your spell?
I say, hey, laughing.
You point at him and you say laughing, and he says, that is not funny. And he continues straight toward you. You still can, that's it, your action. You have your bonus action. You can hide, disengage, dash. Dash, where you're going to dash.
Church.
Okay, you get 25% closer to the church. You have 1 more turn from the church.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
The villagers advance. They're able to keep step. Actually, that one might be falling behind a little bit. This one, a third one, shows up. He's got a sling, just like Ziling has. Behind them, far in the distance, you can see Ziling, Van Hammer, and you don't see your elephant. Seem to be catching up with them, but they're a distance away. So they're back here. All right? So the first of the villagers, Strahd, the one that you tried to put to sleep, he punches at you, but he just misses because the bald thing, you made that bald reference and it threw him off. The second one tries to punch at you. She gets a 14, which is exactly your AC, right? Or 13. Anyway, she gets a 14 and she punches you in the face. And you're surprised at her feminine strength. It's pretty impressive. And but then again, you're a girl too, and you've killed lots of people, so that's not too Surprising, she rolls a D4, 1d4 bludgeoning damage for 4 points maximum. Yes, 4 points.
4 points.
Yeah, 4 points damage. Yeah, she punched you really hard. You're surprised.
Okay.
And the one who's got a sling, he's too far away to punch you, but he winds up. You can see just like the same thing that Ziling uses, which is a 1d8. He swings and he flings a rock in your direction. It hits you on the other side of the head. Pow! And because you got a 16 and for 2 points. And hits you on the other side of the head, and you're right in your right in your ear, and your ear starts ringing.
12. Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
Man, where are you?
12.
What's your total? Your half? Oh my God, you suck. All right. You really mishandled this.
Hey, there's a bunch of
really
mishandled
this.
First.
You really mishandled this. Okay. So, and the one with the thing advances a little bit to make sure he can stay in range. That's your move, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, you see from the back. You see the crowd starting to like part, and there's like an angry dwarf swinging his hammer in every direction, trying to like push his way through, and he's saying, "Get out of the way, or I'll mow you down." And it's Van Hammer. He's come to cut through the back of the crowd. He swings his hammer at the first guy he can see and gets an 18 because he's badass.
Yeah.
And anyways, he has a +6 to hit, which he doesn't need. It's a 1d8 +4 with his hammer. He gets a 1, but that's +4, which is a 5. So this guy goes, and he gets hit for 5 points, which means he's like half dead. I'm going to turn him away so that we think, no, he's half dead. Van Hammer only gets the 1 action. Ziling is close enough to sling her bow, so she tries to, not bow, her, what do they call it? A sling.
Yeah.
She has a sling. To throw a rock at the guy with her sling.
Yeah.
She fires her sling, unfortunately it goes whizzing right past him because she misses it to 2. And what's that guy's name? Ismark.
Ismark.
Yeah. Ismark, actually, he has his weapon drawn, and he looks like he's about to strike at one of the guys, but then he thinks better of it because like these are his fellow villagers and stuff, right? Instead, he takes the handle of his sword, not the sharp part. The handle of his sword, and he like tries to jab it at the guy who Van Hammer already hit. Hit him on the back of the head with it, which is a bludgeoning attack, but he misses. His heart does not seem to be in it when it comes to attacking his own fellow villagers.
Right.
You still don't see the elephant. It's nowhere in sight.
That's okay. I don't have time to take care of that. I will come back.
Now it's your turn.
Okay. Now I'm going to use my persuasive skill.
Well, you're in the middle of okay, you could try it. I'm just saying persuading is not usually something people try in combat.
I'm going to try. I'm going to use it.
Make your case here for me.
Okay.
Explain what you do.
Well, hey guys, I know. I don't know what you come here for, but I have something I want to say. Let's talk.
The one guy who's got his sling, he's still swinging it, but you have the attention of the 2 people in the lead.
Calm down. Hey, calm down, guys.
Okay.
I'm talking to you. Let's talk. No fighting.
You're freaking them out. They're already pissed off. Be civilized. See, this is coming from the guy with the bald hair. He advances a bit. He's still in a position ready to punch you or whatever. He says, "Be civilized. This is a hell of a thing to be hearing from someone who's dragging dead bodies through the street."
Oh, I see.
You don't have to yell.
I see you guys come here for that dead body. Yes, let me explain. Calm down. Let's just stop fighting. Let me explain it.
We're pretty pissed about you dragging dead people through the street.
You don't have to be. Let me explain.
Yeah, and the guy that was throwing flinging the sling, he has like a delayed reaction. He lets go of the sling and it flies at you.
Okay.
Wow,
anyway.
You're negotiating. You earned this. 12 plus, and it goes flying right past your head. It misses.
Okay, then it's my turn, right?
It's still your turn.
I'm trying to persuasive, okay? I'm trying to persuasive this guy here. Please give me a chance. Shut up. Calm down. Let's talk.
Calm down.
Yes, let's talk. Which part you don't understand? Let's talk.
Roll a d20 and stop yelling. You're gonna overload.
11.
11. You fail to. He looks like he's not convinced by your.
Persuasive. 11.
Not even close. You killed their fellow villagers.
My God! Forget about killing. I'm trying to explain.
He looks unconvinced and he takes another swing at you, poosh, with his hand, but he misses.
What a barbarian!
Barbarian! You drag their friends through the street.
Forget about drag. Just give me
broad daylight. The other one advances too, having taken the signal, and takes a swing at you. Unfortunately, she also misses. Commoners are really bad at violence, but they're still pissed. So
my God, you guys like to fight! I can't believe it.
Like to fight? They're not having a conversation with you at this moment. They're busy. They're busy punching you. You dragged their friends through the street in broad daylight.
Oh my God. Let me explain, huh?
You don't have. This is not a time for explanation. They're punching at you. Is the message I'm trying to get through to you. Van Hammer on the other side. You see him swing again his axe at the guy that's low. Unfortunately, he misses. Again, what's his name? Ismark. I'm doing them out of order. I know, internet. Ismark tries to jab the soft, the not sharp end of his handle at the one who's down. And he does manage to hit him this time. It counts as a bludgeoning attack, which is 4 points, and the guy is knocked out, not killed or anything, just knocked out. And leans against the guy, his fellow villager, leans against the wall. He's taking deep breaths, and the fight seems apparently to have been taken out of him, which is good. I mean, he's not seriously injured or anything like that. And stop watching that, just play the game.
And then,
I'm distracted by the video.
Anyway, I'm gonna use my belt to call someone to help me.
It's not your turn, luckily. It's Ziling's turn, right?
Mm.
So she wings up her sling, but then actually noticing Ismark, she takes a cue from Ismark and sneaks up behind, comes up right behind the other villager, and decides she's going to try to knock him out with her fist instead. So she tries to, but she misses. She's not really experienced with her fist or anything like that. Now it's your turn.
All right, I'm going
to out of order.
I'm going to ring my bell to ask for some help.
You you take out your bell. There's nothing to roll. You take out your bell that White Raven gave you, and you ring it.
Yeah.
Okay, you should describe this action, by the way.
Well, I'm taking a bell.
You take out your bell and you ring it. Okay.
I ring it, and I remember she told me.
It's interesting because when you ring on the bell, you don't hear anything. You ring it a couple of times. There's no actual sound.
There's no sound on the
bell?
bell?
The bell doesn't make sound. You look inside and there's no actual little ringing thing.
Maybe I should make sound. Dring, dring. Is that how it works?
Nah, we don't know.
Okay.
Are you done with
no
it? You also have a bonus, so that was your action. Do you have a bonus action like disengage or hide or something right now?
Continue to go to church.
You're gonna dash?
Yes.
Okay, so you ring your bell. These two villagers look kind of confused because you're ringing a bell that doesn't make any sense, and you run the remaining 60 feet up to the front of the church, the door, which is slightly ajar so that you could get in if you needed to. It's getting a little bit darker by now. It's like maybe 4 o'clock, and it's the dusk is kind of coming in a little bit. This has been going on for, honestly, the villagers have been chasing you and stuff for in real time, maybe like an hour or something, almost an hour, since this whole affair started. You make it as far as the front doors of the church, and that's the end of your turn. Which direction are you facing when you end your turn? Do you want to be facing the church?
Yes,
or
facing to the church.
Or do you want to be facing away from the church? Or
no, I'm going to facing. I'm going to
be facing the doors.
The
Your next move is going to be to get in the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. The other two villagers get as far as as the doors. They all advance as the doors, up to the doors. The one who has been punching you, he's going to take another punch, another slug at you.
What?
Critical miss. He punches at you. Unfortunately, he ends up punching the building. You dodge out of the way, and he punches the building instead. And he breaks his fist and starts howling. Ah! And you can see like little pieces of bones of his knuckle are pointing out. And he grabs his hand and in his other hand and just starts running away. And he disappears and runs away. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
That's a critical failure. The other one who's been punching you, she punches at you also. Unfortunately, she misses, but she doesn't break her fist or anything like that.
Okay.
The guy with the sling, he's too close to use his sling, so he punches at you with his fist, and it's off the table, so I have to re-roll. That's the rules. And he hits you for bludgeoning damage. Punches you in the face for 4 points.
Oh, man.
Yeah. There is now blood running down your face out of your nose. Your head rings, and you get that kind of. That happens when you get when something smacks your head.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And so there's 2 of these villagers left over here. From where you are up the hill and around the corner, you can't see what's going on with your compatriots anymore. They're somewhere down the hill or something like that, out of sight. And let's see. So you don't see what happens actually over there. But what happens is they're going to try to knock him out. They just want to knock him out. There's only one more villager left who's still being combative. The other ones are still there, but they're not like resisting or anything. Ismark swings and misses. Van Hammer tries to punch the guy and misses. Zeeling punches and misses. The guy punches back and he hits a critical hit. I don't know, why does that always happen? A critical hit on Ismark for and he's armed. So he gets a 1d8 plus 2. This is a d8. Yeah, 1d8 plus 2. A 4 plus 2, 6 points on Ismark. And Ismark is seriously injured. He drops his sword to the ground. And also doesn't seem real comfortable, even like really seriously resisting one of these fellow villagers. Those are their turns. It's now your turn.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to run into the church. And then, no. First of all, I'm going to just, oh, man.
It's break time.
Oh, okay, fine.
We gotta have a break time, right? Isn't it your break time?
10:30.
Oh, okay. Oh, well. I think you should take a time out.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
The last time you were in a situation like this, yeah, somebody died.
Yeah, okay, fine.
You should take a time out. Okay,
Okay.
5-minute time out. Okay, time in.
Okay. So first of
You
all,
push open the doors to the church?
yes,
You burst through the doors to the church.
yes.
Like that. You run in.
I'm
As
closing the door.
Okay, and you close the door behind you. There's a as I said, it's getting closer to evening. There's a little bit of sunlight still streaming through the top of the windows into the middle of the room of the chapel, where you see the rope that you used to pull the 2 bodies over there. And however, on either side of the rope, what you see is the 2 bandits, but they are standing up. And they look ghostly pale. Their eyes are milky white and have red eyes on them. And they're not armed, but they have like their fingernails are super long, and you can see like one of them smiles at you, and he's got sharp teeth. And the rope is still tied around them, but they're like separated by maybe about 15 or 30 feet, whatever's convenient. And but they still have the rope tied together. But as you burst through the doors, they turn and look at you. One of them you can see has the top half of his head missing, and he turns to you and hisses and he says, That's the one who took my head. And
So I'm
sitting in the very first,
Yeah.
in the very back, sorry, not in the first, in the back row
Yeah.
is an old woman with bells and little jingles and little beads all decorating on her. She's sitting there with a teacup, and she's drinking a cup of tea and reading a book. She closes the book and turns to you as you enter the room, and she says, "Well, dear, you've got yourself in a bit of a pitch, haven't you?"
Well, I won't say that it's a bad thing happened. It just, yeah.
And she smiles and gestures to the two vampires at the front of the room.
Yeah.
Okay, so your move.
Okay. First of all, may I have your name? Who are you?
You're in the middle of combat, and you want to make a combat move. You want to run somewhere or something?
But I don't want to fight. Why people continue to fight? So frustrating.
Okay, so you ask her. You turn to her and you say, what is your name?
Yeah.
She says, "My dear, you don't remember me. We met last night."
Oh, you are Sally Greenteeth.
I am Sally Greenteeth. You just called for me. The
Oh!
first of the two vampires now
Okay.
advances toward you.
Okay.
In the time that you've been talking, he has simply walked, since you gave him all the time in the world. He has simply walked right up to you, and he strikes at you with his hands. And unfortunately, he misses. The other one is still about 15 feet away. He moves slower with half of his head missing. Also, the two villagers from behind you have burst in through the door. Okay? The first one sees the vampire and is terrified, and she just freezes in spot, right in the spot right there. The second one, he's out of view. He doesn't see the vampire, so he just sees you, and he fires his sling. Remember, he's got a sling, and he fires another of his bullets at you and hits you for 1 hit point. For 1 point. And you were having a fucking conversation. But then he sees the vampire, catches sight of the vampire, and runs away, peeing in his pants. Okay?
Okay.
You also spy from out the door. You can see Van Hammer a ways off and Zeeling approaching. You don't see that other villager nor Ismark at the moment.
Okay. Hey, Sally Greenteeth, give me a hand. Help me.
Literally having conversations. Okay. Dear, at my age, I am far too old to fight.
Okay, shut up. You are useless.
Really? You just told the NPC to shut up?
Oh, no, not you. I mean, I'm talking to Sally
Honestly,
Greenteeth.
is there any... Here's what she says.
And?
My dear, at my age, I'm far too old to get engaged in these sort of squabbles. Perhaps there's something I can give you that would make your time here a little easier, but I'm not going to fight. And she lifts her teacup to her lips again.
Okay, what is it?
She says, are you really prepared to give me whatever I need? I can probably help this go away. You're gonna have to give me something.
What do you want?
Well, we'll discuss that later.
Oh, wait. No. Then, no.
Very well, she continues drinking her tea.
Do
you have a move? Do you have a move, or are you gonna talk for your move?
Looks like I have to fight again. Fine, I'm gonna kill them all.
She just offered you a deal.
Hold on.
She says, my dear, you should learn to negotiate.
First of all, wait. First of all, I want to help myself.
This is a hell of a long conversation.
I want to help myself.
Do you know what it means when I pick up this dice?
What? What's that mean?
It means someone's about to attack you.
Why?
Because you're spending your turn having a conversation. What are you going to do?
I'm going to heal myself first.
You're going to use your healing kit?
Yes.
Okay, you have an action. You can do that.
Yeah.
Use your healing kit. How much do you get for your healing kit? You don't know how it works. I have to look that up too. Oh my god. You are fired. Fucking hell.
I have,
Potion of healing?
yes.
2d4 plus 2 hit points.
2d4.
Roll a d4. That's a d20.
What's 2d4?
You're fired. That's
Okay.
a d4. It's the caltrop. It looks like a caltrop. 2 of those. It's a 1.
1.
Plus 2. Yeah. 2 of those plus 2. 5, 2, 7. 7 points you get back.
Okay.
You take the liquid out of the red vial out of your pouch. You quaff it down really quick. Quaff is a fancy word for drink. And you do feel slightly relieved, but you also feel like you could have done something more productive with your time. You still have a run. You could like move. Move. You could move out of danger's way, perhaps, would be smart. Why don't I just run your player for you? I'll just run your character.
I don't want to run. I want to take care of
No, I'm
this.
saying why don't I just operate your character for you?
Okay.
No, it is sarcasm. I'm about to shut this whole thing down. I'm serious. Fucking rocks fall, everyone dies.
No!
Alright, what are you going to do? Move.
Fine, I negotiate. I called the Sally Green Teeth again. Fine, help me.
You already had a conversation with her. In a moment of desperation, you turn to her and you plead. I'll play your fucking character.
Okay.
You turn to her and you plead. Fine, I'm such a fuck up. I've backed myself into a corner. I've painted myself into a point where I have absolutely no recourse. Now I am forced to make a deal of unknown consequences. This is what happens if you don't make smart decisions. Why didn't I listen to what my mother told me when I was a kid? She says, why? What did your mother tell you? You say, I don't know, I wasn't listening. And she says, very well. She reaches into her pouch.
Okay.
And she pulls out a red candle.
Yeah.
She whispers a couple of words and the candle bursts into flame. A flame erupts on the top of the candle. She says, unclean ones, sleep. And the vampires fall asleep immediately, both of them where they are. Even as they're falling over, they get almost an adorable baby vampire look on their face. And they fall asleep. 2 adorable vampires fall asleep right where they are. The rest of the candle erupts into flames and burns down, melting over her hand. It looks extremely painful, bubbling red wax melting down her hand. She grimaces a little, but she looks like she must have done this a million times. And you notice that her hands are covered in scars and damages, probably from hundreds of years of this. Who knows? She holds it until the candle's completely burned out. And then she opens her hand. There's nothing in there but some ash. And she blows it away. Like that. And then she continues drinking her tea. And she goes, now, dearie, time to discuss the conditions of our bargain.
First of all, thank you very much. What do I owe you?
I think you owe her all the XP for these vampires, which you didn't actually deal with. She dealt with them. Right?
Yeah.
In fact, I dealt with them because I'm the only one who made a deal with her. All right. The other, you look out the door and you find that the other villager who was petrified, literally, was terrified by the vampires. It's something that happens. When you see a vampire, there's a chance you might become terrified and unable to move. Like in the vampire movies, right? So you notice that she's run off. And you see Zeeling and Van Hammer in the doorway, and they're just their expressions are wide open. Their jaws are like wide open, and they're just shocked by all this turn of events. Zeeling, actually quick thinking Zeeling, runs over to where the vampires are and carefully but deftly uses the rope again to secure them. Together around again, since they had drawn some slack between them, right? So that they're tightly bound now on the ground. Van Hammer looks a little bit beat up. He seems to have taken some damage during that fight, and he is, you know, like sitting down and attending to his own wounds. He's got some bandages and stuff like that. And the witch, Green Teeth, she gestures, pats down on the table, on the seat next to her, and says, "Come, dear, sit for a moment.
Okay.
Let us have a talk.
Oh, okay.
Right after we return." And there ends this session. We'll pick it up after you have a thing, right? Don't you have a thing, a hard stop at like
Oh yeah.
10:30 or something? Yeah. Anyways, that was such a fucking train wreck. Honestly, I just.
It is not.
Yeah, that was a train wreck. Oh my god.
What do I open the door? I have so many vampires standing there for me.
I told you what happens to.
It's a daytime.
I told
How
you.
can they have a vampire in the daytime?
It's dusk. Vampires start waking up when the sun starts going down. Also, so long as it's not bright sunlight, vampires can come up. And I told you what happens to dead bodies around here. This is not regular place. Dead bodies do not stay dead.
Yeah, but I already told the church.
Please quit complaining. Look, so all right, so here we are. We're gonna end there. We're gonna pause it there, and we will resume. What if we resume? I guess we'll resume later. Are we gonna do another session later?
Yes.
Okay, then I guess you have a hard stop, and then I think about a 30-minute thing you got to do, maybe an hour, and then we come back about after 30 minutes or an hour, and we will finish the rest of this bit.
Yeah.
You'll be sitting in the church. The rest of the party has gathered. Ismark is kind of nowhere to be seen, and we're not sure where the elephant is at the moment.
Okay, and then tonight I definitely want to leave this vampire camp.
Well, we'll see. You said that last time, but you didn't make an effort to leave.
When I open the door, there's like 300, 400 people in front of
we'll
me.
see. Well, thanks for tuning in, viewers. Thanks for say thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Say goodnight, Gracie. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
I knew it. I didn't even have to coach her.